Welcome to Grandmother's Lantern of Wisdom, a heart-touching story about hope, patience, and the power of small beginnings. Sometimes, when life feels dark, a single light, a single word, can change everything. Let's begin. The night was quiet in the small village. Stars shone softly over the mud houses, and a gentle wind moved through the old trees. Inside one of the houses, a young boy named Ayan sat alone, staring at his schoolbooks. He was tired of trying, tired of failing. For months he had struggled in school. No matter how hard he worked, his grades were never good enough. His classmates laughed at him, some teachers scolded him, and today, he had failed again. Ayan closed his books and whispered, "Maybe I'm just not good enough." Just then, his grandmother, Dadi Amma, an old woman with warm eyes and silver hair, stepped inside, carrying her clay lantern, its soft golden flame glowing in the darkness. "Ayan, why are you awake?" she asked gently. He tried to hide his tears, but she noticed. "Dadi, I failed again. I study, I try, but I keep losing. Maybe I'm not made for success." Dottie smiled slowly, as if she had heard this many times before. She sat beside him and placed her hand on his shoulder. "Beta, do you know why this lantern burns even when the wind blows?" she asked. Ayan shook his head. "Because the flame does not fight the wind, it learns to dance with it." Ayan looked confused, but Dottie Emma smiled. "You're not failing, my child. You're learning where to step. Just like this flame learns where the wind pushes it." Her words were warm, like the lantern's glow, but Ayan still felt heavy inside. Dottie Emma knew he needed more than one lesson. "Come," she said softly. "Tonight, I will tell you a story that belongs to you." Together they stepped outside into the quiet village. Night. Dottie Emma placed the lantern on the ground. Fireflies glowed around them, and crickets whispered in the dark. "Ayan," she began, "long before you were born, this land was dry and empty. Farmers tried to grow crops, but everything died in the heat. But one farmer, your great-grandfather, believed something different." She paused and looked at Ayan. "He planted one tiny seed, even when the earth was cracked and the sky gave no rain." Ayan listened deeply. The villagers laughed. "Why plant?" they said. "Nothing grows here." But your great-grandfather smiled and replied, "I plant because I believe tomorrow will be better." Dottie Emma continued. Every day he watered the seed, even when the sun burned, even when people called him foolish, even when no sprout appeared. Ayan whispered, "Did it ever grow?" "Yes." Dottie Emma smiled. After months and months, a small green leaf appeared, the first sign of hope this land had seen in years. The villagers were shocked. That little plant became a big tree. Then more seeds grew around it, and soon, this dry land became a farm that fed the whole village. She touched Ayan's hand gently. Everyone called it a miracle, but it wasn't a miracle. It was courage, patience, and the refusal to give up. Ayan's eyes softened. "Beta," she said, "you're like that seed. You may feel small now, but you have the strength to grow. When the world laughs, grow. When you fail, grow. And when life feels dry and hopeless, grow even more." Ayan finally smiled for the first time that night. Dottie Emma lifted the lantern again. "Do you know why I always carry this lantern?" she asked. Ayan shook his head. "Because this small flame reminds me of something important, that even the smallest light can break the biggest darkness." She placed the lantern in Ayan's hands. "This light is like your heart," she said. "It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to stay alive." Suddenly, the wind blew hard. The flame almost went out. Ayan gasped, but Dottie Emma smiled. "See? A strong wind came, yet the lantern still burns. That's you, Ayan. Your struggles are the wind, but you are the flame." Ayan's fear slowly melted away. "Dottie," he whispered, "I want to try again. I don't want to give up." She hugged him close. "That is all I ever wanted to hear. Success comes to those who continue walking, even when their feet hurt." Ayan looked up at the stars. The same sky that had felt heavy before now seemed full of hope. Dottie Emma said softly, "Promise me one thing." "What?" "Dottie, that you will never call yourself a failure again. Not while this lantern burns. Not while I breathe. Not while your heart is full of courage. Ayan nodded firmly. Daddy, I promise. He held the lantern tighter, the flame glowing warmly, like a small sun in his hands. That night, Ayan didn't just learn a story. He learned strength. He learned patience. He learned faith. And above all, he learned that even in darkness, a single light is enough to guide you home.